Hooray, it says we're live. Good, because what the heck was going on with my internet just now? I just had to turn my router off and back on. But it appears like we're working now, so that's a good thing. Yep, it's working. That one's getting notifications. Okay, good. Okay, so for those joining post-stream, I don't know what's going to happen, so I guess we'll just kind of roll with it here. Hello, Matt's Tech. How you doing? We're going to get into some shenanigans probably, mainly graphics driver related for the minute. I got two laptops here that use very similar architectures of graphic card design. They're both ATI slash AMD related. This one here is a discrete ATI Radeon HD 4670. And this one has a dual graphics solution. It's a HP Pavilion DV6Z-3100 CTO Entertainment Series machine, which I scored off of eBay. It's kind of a unicorn in that it's got the AMD Phenom 2 X3 in it, which is a triple-core CPU. Not a lot of labs have those, so kind of glad I got this thing in my collection. But anyway, so what I'm going to try today for both of these is different graphics card drivers. Now, this machine, the MSI you see here, here at school. Also, I suppose I'll probably ought to answer the other question here. Doing pretty well as an addition here, Matt's Tech, so good to see. Anyway, so I found online that these terascale-based machines, and the integrated graphics on this is a Radeon HD 4250, but it's got a discrete Radeon HD 5470, so I don't know, this might work on it, it might not. Anyway, back to the topic. So, terascale cards, as you know, have really crappy driver support, and that's no exception, because if I go in here to this one, which has a Catalyst Pro Control Center, but I'll just use the Windows one, you can see this is indeed, I confirmed, an ATI Mobility Radeon HD 4670, 512 megabyte, but the driver situation is awful. The newest drivers are indeed from April 2013. That's nothing new for these terascale cards. They just got terrible drivers. Great performing cards when you have a support. You know, they suck for modern day things. And this one especially struggles under Windows 10. Like, you can install the latest driver that comes from like Windows Update, for example, which was released for these terascale cards for whatever reason. It comes through Windows Update. It's pretty interesting. And it's newer than the official one that's on AMD's website, but I digress. It just performs really bad, like really bad. So I'm in Windows 8.1 Pro here because, yeah, just updated to Windows 10. Well, I mean, I just described what was going on. Like, the graphics card performs horrible under 10. A lot of things that don't normally lag under 8.1, for example, they lag in 10. It's horrible. And another thing, too, I guess I should come clear about it. Some things like YouTube playback are worse on Windows 10 versus 8.1, all because of that graphics driver situation. So generally, I found 8.1 to be more supported. So I'm going to see if these drivers will help fix it, at least try. I did try it, actually. I was running Windows 10 before I ran 8.1 Pro, and that's exactly how I know why the symptoms exist, because I know I've ran it before. It's awful. So that's intentionally why I went back to 8.1. And I tried Windows 10 on this thing, and if you've been in my Discord, you'll know that this thing just does not like Windows 10 at all. It's only ever worked properly so far with Windows 7. So anyway, I've got two different examples of drivers. There's a USB port. I hate this flash drive with a passion. So I was looking on one of the Budget Build officials videos, and there's a couple of different options for modded drivers for these terascale-based cards. One of them is this. I know this is like a Windows setup thing on here. My apologies. This is for like Server 2012 R2 or something like that, but I digress. So here we have one that is a modded 13.1 driver, and this is another one for modded 10.12 drivers, but these are much newer and they have better title support for modern games and probably, I suppose, modern operating systems. Like this one is more or less optimized for Windows 7 and 8. This one is something I have absolutely no idea about. We're going to probably try that one here on this machine. I think that's how we're going to do it. I think I've got 7-zip installed on this. I should. I don't. Why didn't I put 7-zip on this? Okay, well, that's interesting. All right, looking back at the chat here. Hello, Varen Bros. Good to see you. Yeah. Okay, I'm probably gonna be a little out of it because I haven't been doing live streaming in like a long time. So this is like the first like true live stream that I'm actually doing now that I've gotten live streaming back after hitting 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can cram this one inside of this USB drive in the corner here. I want to specifically talk about this DV6 because it's got the most picky set of graphics cards I have ever seen as far as drivers are concerned. In Windows 7, which is the original OS for this machine, they work perfectly fine, of course. This uses one of those weird chipsets that have like the ATI Mobility Radeon HD 4250 integrated into them. And like I said, under Windows 7, its original operating system, it works perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever. But I haven't tried 8.1 yet. I definitely know for a fact Windows 10 just does not, for whatever reason, like this. You go to install the drivers, you might be lucky to get the HD 4250 side of the thing to actually function and work properly as a display adapter. But as soon as you go to set up the HD 5470, the whole thing just topples over like a Jenga set. It's just weird. I've never seen anything that's been more picky than this as far as drivers go. So we're going to see if this thing will work properly with any kind of other drivers or work in general on 8.1. I have no idea. That has virus. No, it doesn't. These are tested to not have viruses. So we know that for a fact. Hello, Mr. D-Man. Not going to say your actual name on stream. I know it, but I'm not going to say it. So this isn't activated, so hopefully I don't get no stupid watermarks saying that it's not activated because it did that when I turned it on. So we're going to try this DV6 here first because I actually want to see if it actually has any kind of an issue installing. Your guess will be as good as mine because I have legit no idea. I'm going to take this flash drive out. Because I'm going to have to get 7-zip on that thing. I haven't installed it for whatever reason, so... Well, actually, both of these need 7-zip, so I might as well just install it on both, but I'll do that in a minute. I'm anxious to see if this will actually do anything. I do have the official HP drivers, the newest ones that HP has. This laptop only ever really got support for Windows 7, and that's it. It's one of HP's infamous machines where they only supported one operating system. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter if I say your name on stream or not. I'm just doing that just in case. And I figured that was going to happen. I'll have to run that in compatibility mode. Hang on a minute. I'm going to go throw that in compatibility mode for Windows 7 real quickly. I think it's ATI. Okay, run in, oops, select the file, then right click. There we go. Compatibility for Windows 7 and go. That should hopefully work a little better. Anyway, I'm gonna go back in the chat here. Yeah, horrible products. Yeah, no kidding. In this machine, horrible product because the graphics drivers don't work on anything past Windows 7. That might just hold true for this thing. I'd be really impressed if that's actually the case. Impressed in like the lack of support. But let's find out here. One of my Toshibas has a device manager explosion when I upgraded to Windows 10. Several drivers had errors and it thought it had 3 CPUs. Oh, fun. What? Oh, you're kidding. It still doesn't list the display driver in the list of components. What the heck? Like, it gets the HDMI audio driver. I don't care about this bloatware, but it still doesn't show the display driver. I know that some of these setup processes, they don't do it, which makes sense. They're only really there for the extraction stuff. Told me what? There's no viruses, man. If you're going to continue to sit here and troll in the chat, you're going to get kicked. I'm just going to tell you that right now, okay? So don't push it. There's no viruses indeed with any of this software I'm running right now. I've even tested it myself. So quit bullshitting in the chat. It's not appreciated. And I'm being serious when I say that. Anyway, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to try manually an F file. I'm going to see what we can do here. Because otherwise, I really like this machine. The CPU is a joke. Yeah, if you were joking, I'm sure there'd be a little bit more sarcasm in there. So trust me, my sense of sarcasm is different from everybody else's sense of sarcasm. I tend to take things a little bit differently. So I'm just saying it right now. Don't push it. Okay, we have a bunch of different cards in here. Let me see if I can find the one that I have, because I have a feeling... Oh, God, I'm going to have to scroll through all these cards. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hey, H8, there we go. I don't care. It's not... These drivers... Another thing about this machine, when you go to install the drivers... Are you kidding me? God damn it, Windows 8. The driver selected for this device is not support this version of Windows. Fucking... I remember that about Windows 8. They dropped a bunch of driver support models. I forgot about that. I hate that about Windows 8. I always forget that. So I don't normally run Windows 8 on things like, unless this, because of course I have to. Anyway, what I was going to say was the driver, how it works on a machine like this, which has those dual switching ATI AMD cards of the sorts. The lowest card, which would be the integrated in this case, has to have the exact same driver as the one for the dedicated. That's the only way it will actually work. They tend to kind of have a switching model like the Intel and NVIDIA things, except those use two separate drivers, and those normally work fine because they're normally two separate PCI Express devices on the system. But anyway, so what was I going with that? So the integrated has to have the driver installed first, and then Windows will try to install the same driver for the discrete because that's how it's put into the system. And most of the time, I have not had any luck with getting it to work with anything other than Windows 7, which is a big pain in the ass. So I have a feeling that that's going to be the exact same case for this machine here on 8.1. It's just not going to work. So I'm going to try the official HP driver, which I know for a fact works. It obviously works in Windows 7, the supported operating system, but I've never tried it with Windows 8. I've got a pretty good feeling this is not going to work. Yes, override them all. That's fine. So I guess we'll have one more fail here on the video. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to be too, unimpressed. I'll just put it back on Windows 7. Anyway, I'm going to catch up on the chat here real quick. Gee, I wonder if... I hate when I try to upgrade an old PC to Windows 8 and the display driver's XPDM only. Yes, that drives me absolutely nuts. You remember the... oh, God, there was the Intel 915 integrated video. That's what it was. That had the XPDM driver model, and I believe you can't take a 915 integrated video solution past Windows 7 because it won't work, because Windows 8 dropped XPDM support entirely. Which makes me wonder why these drivers are not working, because they're designed to support Windows 7, and they should install in compatibility mode. They have Windows Aero support and everything, and it's not in compatibility mode, so of course it's not going to work. Of course not. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but that's easy enough. We'll just go throw that into Windows 7 mode here. Oops. This touchpad sucks. Then again, most HP touchpads of this era suck. They only really ever got good in like 2015. Suck. Anyway. GMA 950. GMA 950, actually, come to think of it. Was that in the 915 or was that the 945? I can't remember. I think they kind of played together and they had like a tie together or something like that. Anyway, I know that the 945 chipset-based systems will work in Windows 10 very awfully, but they will work. And I know this because the GX620 has a 945 chipset in it. It will run in Windows. Whatever reason, I don't know why this is. Like, it just doesn't really like work. It's really slow. You get the frame buffer driver, but that's about all you get. So it's very strange that that's the case. So, yeah, Rob, you're right. I think something like that. Anyway, I do see ATI display driver, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to see installs. I'm going to catch back up with the chat here. Where did you get this horrible product from anyway, says Dan from YouTube. The magical world of eBay is where this came from. Obviously, I think Rob answered that, yeah. Have you Googled the hardware ID yet? I found drivers that way. I have not run GPU-Z yet, no. Because that would easily tell me the hardware IDs. I haven't done it yet because I've been flip-flopping back and forth between operating system versions, so I haven't bothered. And the reason why I haven't bothered is just in case I have to like format the hard drive again, because I obviously don't have the original HP software. Ooh, that's a good sign. Ooh, that's a good sign. Okay. We might be getting somewhere. These old ATI AMD cards, they used to flicker on and off a lot when their drivers were installing, so this is perfectly normal. And also, I've ever told you, this thing runs extremely hot. That's by design, because this thing has got like 2 different graphics chips and the CPU going out one heatsink because it was designed poorly. Thanks, HP. You can't go back to Windows 7. I think I probably could if I used like the modern setup thing or the PC settings thing. I could probably go back to Windows 7, but I'd probably do a full format if I'm going to go back to Windows 7 anyway, just because it's a clean install and it would probably perform the best that way. I did that prior to dinking around with Windows 10 and Windows 8.1. Did a clean install of Windows 7 Pro, and it ran pretty well. Not going to lie, it actually still ran pretty well. Even with modern programs, it actually seemed to do all right. It's still doing something. I have a blank screen, but it is still looking like it's installing something. I always hated where on GMA 900 on XP would flash the display to load the Intel display settings crap. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. I don't know if he's like intentionally trolling or what. I just, yeah. Anyway, while that's doing whatever it's doing, I'm going to go get 7-zip on the MSI here. If you're wondering why it's so dim, this thing has a failing backlight or some defective backlight, because if you leave the backlight on this laptop on a high brightness setting for a long period of time, it'll just cut out. Does it usually take this long to install drivers? No, I would expect this is probably a glitch. It probably like glitched to a blank screen because it tried to initialize the driver and it just like locked up. I mean, it's not frozen. It's still able to respond to a caps lock. But I don't know. Maybe it needs a hard reboot. I don't know. Yeah, screw it. Hard shutdown. It wasn't even doing anything over here. I didn't see any hard drive activity, so it may have locked up. Yep. And we'll see if it actually saved the results or not. I have low hopes for this thing actually working properly. Anyway, back to getting 7-zip. So 7-zip. And then we'll get like those modified 13.1 drivers going. Yes, I use Bing. Please don't comment about that. I use it for actually like decent purposes, because Google tends to be a large tracker these days, and I use Google services, but I don't care for Google these days. No worse or better than Bing. Personal preferences aside, we got 7-zip installed, so let's go ahead and extract these. Get that going. There's one thing I hate about 8.1 for that matter, and Windows 10 1507, is that there's no loading symbol to tell you if it's still loading. Oh. No way. Don't tell me it's working. Oh, no. There's no way that it's actually working. This has to still be the basic display adapter. It has to be the basic display adapter, because as soon as it installed the driver, it went black screen. This has to be like the fallback mode. All right, well, at least it didn't tell me to go activate Windows. It did that the first time I booted it. Okay, let's go to Device Manager and let's confirm results. Oh, this is going to be interesting. An app in your PC needs the following Windows feature. That's looking good because I know yeah, it needs .NET 3.5. That's fine. I'll have to connect it to the Wi-Fi to do that, but that's fine. Where's Device Manager? Come on, Windows 8. Let's go. Come on. Windows 8 on a full boot takes a little while. Okay, there's no more triangle around the display adapters. No! No, it just worked. There's no way. There's no way that just worked. Bruh. Bruh. That is awesome. Wow. Talk about being patient with the official HP drivers and throwing it in compatibility mode for Windows 7, and it finally worked. On something other than Windows 7. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's get this on the Wi-Fi real quick so that way I can get .NET 3.5 installing. All right, perfect. Sweet. That actually is awesome to see. So I'm going to go ahead and let this install .NET 3.5. This might actually be worth keeping 8.1 on. I'll have to activate it, but that's the least of my worries. I can go get one of those like really cheap eBay keys or something and just throw it in here and it should work. I installed the Windows 8 Consumer Preview Beta on my old PC, last version of 8 to not require NX or SSE2, and it doesn't support the display driver. I had to buy an older monitor to not have the screen be blurry. I remember when I had Windows 8 Consumer Preview on my system as well. I ran on my daily driver, which was a really dumb idea. You shouldn't have ever done that, but I did. I upgraded it from Windows XP straight to Windows 8 Consumer Preview. And amazingly, everything on the crappy Asus motherboard I had at the time, which was a cheap, it was like a Asus P5 KPL CM, I think it was. It was a socket 775 board, micro ATX. I had a Celeron D351 in it. And, what else? I think I had like 2 gigs of RAM, DDR2, 667 megahertz. It was like running the integrated Intel 965 video, or was it 945? It might have been 945 because it was a Celeron D. And then it had like some VIA HD audio thing on the motherboard that didn't quite work yet under Windows 8. It did eventually work, but I never really got to see the light of day with that board because it failed because cheap Asus boards. But no, I was really surprised at how well it ran Windows 8. And like I said, that was a single core, single thread CPU. So it's honestly kind of impressive that it ran as well as it did. Then Windows 8 came out, and I ran it on a crappy ThinkPad T60 with a Core Duo. Don't ever do that. It's really slow. I mean, it worked for the time, but don't ever do it these days. It's really bad. And for that matter, don't do it on Windows 10 because it's even worse. Okay, so let's try running this. Now, what I don't remember, I'm going to go open up another session of this PC real quick. Open in a new window, please. And then we'll throw that off to the side here. I want to compare like the dates on these setup files. I think I still got the ATI folder in here somewhere. Interesting. When was I trying to install 19 points? Oh, I must have used that to, I must have done that to get the 13 point or something. That might have been what I did. Okay, yeah. Windows 8, or these Terascale drives have like the crappiest of crappy drivers I've ever seen. Because for whatever reason, the Windows 7 drivers are newer than the ones for Windows 8, but you can't use the Windows 7 drivers because they're not specifically written for Windows 8's driver model. Like, what the fuck, AMD? Why? I never liked that about these Terascale cards. 13.1. Yeah, the files appear to be basically the same. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference of me installing this one, but it says it's supposed to have better game support, so I don't know. This machine is mainly CPU bottlenecked. It's got a Core 2 Duo P7350 running at 2 gigahertz. It's a pretty weak CPU for pairing with a Terascale card like this, which honestly, the graphics card is the most valuable part of this entire computer. But I mean, when you find a well-optimized game, this doesn't do too bad. It runs okay. Mainly, it's bottlenecked by the crappy hard drive I put in here. It's really slow, an old hard drive, but it runs okay. But yeah, games from its time, they do generally actually work really well. All right, that's a good sign. I got the setup. Let's go ahead and install. Do the custom once it loads. What's the VRAM on that MSI? This has 512 megs of GDDR3, I believe. It's not one of them unicorns that's got GDDR4. That would be kind of cool, but it's got half a gig of GDDR3. HD 4850, nice. These are specifically designed for Windows 8, so I see no reason why these won't work. Oh yeah, there they go. Yeah, AMD display driver right there. Perfect. All right, next. So this one ought to work just fine. Meanwhile, that's doing its thing. So while these both install, I guess we'll figure out what else we're going to do, because I was mentioning some thoughts in the Discord about wanting to run some kind of recovery on some kind of desktop. I don't know what yet, or at least dink around with some desktop. But then I had the idea, okay, I found these graphics drivers. I want to try them on these laptops that for some reason are having graphics card issues. Let's just put it that way. Not necessarily this MSI. This MSI, actually, it was running all right. It wasn't having any issues. It's just I wanted to try a newer driver to see if I get some better game support and potentially maybe have some better performance when it comes to Windows 10. But I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see. I will definitely dink around with that later. But, oh yeah, this is what I feared was going to happen because, of course, it's not digitally signed. That's going to come up because I'm running 64-bit Windows. But that's okay because I'm not in secure boot, so that'll be fine. This doesn't even have a UEFI BIOS, so it's the least of my worries to run an unsigned driver because, honestly, this machine's so friggin' old. It's from like 2008, so I don't really care. Can you give me a shout out? I mean, I guess. I mean, you haven't really been too much of a troll ever since, you were telling me that stuff had a virus on it. Oh, yeah, that's a good sign. We're at 1024 by 768. So it seems to be installing the driver just fine. Yeah, I disable that driver signage crap. Yeah. For these older cards, you kind of have to do that. But then again, you're running it on a computer that's so old that it doesn't even have a UEFI BIOS or, for that matter, a secure boot BIOS. So it's like, who cares? Once you see that dialog box come up the one time, Windows normally doesn't bug you about it ever again. Gee, what are you doing, computer? You're just kind of sitting here. I haven't installed any of the standalone updates to fix Windows Update yet. This is basically a clean upgrade from Windows 7. So I'm not surprised nothing's working right now. But hey, I've got working display drivers in 8.1. I'm not complaining at all. I'm not complaining at all. So anyway, so the only time I've had issues with it is when it popped up so quickly I couldn't do anything with it. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I've had that happen before. It is a little bit weird. Let's see if there's anything else that was inside of the chat here. Okay, there's that thing I was missing from Rob. Yeah, I ran Windows 8 on a mobile Sempron 3100 Plus. In some cases, it seemed faster than XP. Yeah, that I actually can agree with that because I remember back in the day when Windows 8 was the newest OS, I did actually find that some things were actually a lot smoother. Like the fast startup was not bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was certainly a little faster than XP, but we all know how that function works whenever you go to make a hardware change. My computer does the same thing here. It just sits there when I try to install the .NET framework on my PC. It sits at empty, then fails. It's definitely Windows 8. Windows 8 has its lovely quirks, but I don't know. I have yet to run updates, so I guess I can't be too hard on it. Okay, so the setup looks to have completed successfully. I don't imagine there's going to be too much of a change when it comes... Oops, that's the wrong control panel. It still says Catalyst Pro Control Center, so that's a good thing, because that's what this laptop has in it, or was supposed to come with. It's probably going to be the same driver. Oh, interesting. This driver is dated the 5th of March 2012. I think that driver version is slightly newer, though. That just visually seems newer. Well, I guess the only way we're going to find out is if we actually try some kind of game on this thing. I don't think I've got Steam running yet, do I? No. Okay. I'm going to test that off stream because I don't want to be sitting here playing games right now. That's not exactly the most intended part of the stream, but I guess if people really want to see it, then sure, that's fine. I want to say, where the hell was my benchmark results for this laptop on, what the heck was it? It doesn't matter. Anyway. Hey, Jordan, did you ever see X748? Basically ported the Windows 7 Explorer to Windows 8. Oh, okay, Windows 8.0. I think, weren't you playing with that in the Discord? I remember you were dinking around with it at some point. Someone requested they want to see it. All right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll launch Steam here real quick because that game is required to have Steam open. I'm going to come back to this later. Come on. Yeah. Oh, that's why I was having that issue. Windows couldn't connect to the internet. Well, you can connect to the internet now. If you want to function, that would be fantastic. But you just like to sit here. I think it's because the wizard here came up before it was connected to the internet, so it hasn't detected that I've actually connected to the internet. So the Catalyst Control Center, which requires .NET 3.5, won't work quite yet. I can't English either. However, that's not going to make the machine unfunctional. I just need to make sure I get .NET 3.5 installed at some point. But yeah, there's no frame tearing. It runs just as you would expect. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Oh, that gets me so excited. Oh. I guess for those curious, I'll show them the system properties here. This has a Phenom 2 N850 triple-core processor at 2.2 gigahertz. It's got 4 gigs of RAM. And it's got 8.1 Pro on it at the minute. I'll have to go get a license key, but that's fine. I can do that off stream, and I'll pick up one of those like cheap ones off eBay. Those usually seem to work fine. So, unfortunately, while I can't run these modded drivers, or at least this 10.12 one doesn't seem to function just right yet, it seems like the HP one, ironically, actually seems to work still under 8.1. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Yeah, even the Power Express control panel comes up, which that means the driver is working. I don't remember what version this is. I think it's like, oh goodness, it was like 10 point something. I don't remember what driver version it might be. I guess I'll have to go look at the files itself, that HP setup thing extracted. Oh yeah, 420E. Anyway, before I make everybody sick in the stream here. This touchpad is awful. I'd maybe say like 10.9 maybe. So that's what those folders are dated as. Maybe 10.9 or something like that. AMD be like, Intel is making money selling dual cores, so let's make a triple core with dual core performance. Yeah. Although, the triple cores are really interesting. This is why I wanted to get this machine specifically and make a video talking about it, because I remember when Budget Builds Official actually did a video on AMD triple core CPUs. The reason why they sold them was just obviously to get rid of old stock of these defective quad cores that might have had like a defective fourth core or something like that, but the 3 other cores worked fine. So while they did technically have more performance than a Core 2 Duo in multi-threaded applications, where in this case a Core 2 Duo would not have nearly as good of performance multi-core wise as the Phenom 2 triple core CPUs, the problem was gaming, because their single core performance was worse than a Core 2 Duo in games. So the Core 2 Duo still sold more than a Phenom 2 X3. However, in, like I mentioned, those applications where the Core 2 Duo would suffer, the Phenom 2 X3 would pull slightly ahead. But nowadays, they're just kind of like these obsolete memes that are not really good for basically much of anything other than like just running an internet browser, and that's about it. So yeah, they're just like they're like a fun play toy. Basically, they're obsolete these days because who the hell uses a 3-core CPU? But their legacy is pretty interesting in the sense of AMD at least tried something different with their inventory, I guess you could say. So, I don't know. That'll probably come in a future video. I don't know if this is going to be something I'll hang on to. I just mainly got this thing to see why it was overheating, and it just seems to be an operating system thing, because once you get the drivers installed and everything, it actually doesn't run all that hot. So it may still need a repasting, but all in all, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, Windows 10 definitely makes this thing cook like it's using like a stovetop or something. Like it can get pretty hot under Windows 10. So that's why I've tried it, getting something to work, but nothing seems to work because Windows 10 is just Windows 10. We all know how it is. So anyway, is Steam loaded? Yeah, it's loaded. I've just been stuck here at this thing because I'm not online, so I'll go online. That's fine. So yeah, eventually I'm going to get those standalone updates installed on this thing, get all the updates installed, and then it should be okay. It needs my password. Of course it needs my password. Why wouldn't it? There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this down real quick. I don't have a tripod for my phone, so please don't ask if I have one. We're just going to have to make do with setting my iPhone 11 up against a tin of coffee. Okay, there we go. I'm sure there's probably going to be some kind of updates. Yeah, GTA 4 used to actually run pretty well on this machine, so that's why I was going to want to try it. I think it averaged around the low 40s as far as frame rate goes, with a mix of like medium and low settings. I'm not updating you right now. I just launched you, so you can get out of the way. So let's try it. We'll see if there's any kind of a difference here. I know it's kind of glossy. Hard to see the screen. Let me see if I can close my blinds here a little bit more. Oh, that just doesn't really help much, does it? I apologize. The viewing angle's not exactly great. I'll have to do this handheld style, apparently, maybe. Anyway, so play. I'm going to quit Discord real quick so that way it's not sitting in the background using RAM. This only has 4 gigs of RAM as well, so most games tend to stutter because of that and the slow hard drive, so anything I can really do is probably beneficial for the best. I bet you this thing's probably checking for updates right now. Do I actually have the sleep option in the power options? Ooh, I do. Perfect. Let's just throw it on sleep for the minute because it's not being used. And it's just going to sit here and rev its fan up to no end. All right, well, at least it hasn't crashed yet. That's a good sign. Anything new in the chat? Go for a Ride asks, do you still drive that sweet red Dodge Dakota? I do. It's my daily driver vehicle. I've put like at least 30,000 miles on it ever since we've gotten it. It's been very reliable, which I guess I can be really impressed to say that for a Chrysler vehicle. Oh, we got this really goofy resolution on the display, don't we? Get out of here, product key, I don't care. My sound is muted. Why did I leave it muted? I don't know. Okay. Nice iPhone 11 case. Yes, thank you. It's just a clear case, but it's a nice case nonetheless. It's all right. I'm very OCD about clear cases because I see all the dust that gets behind it, and then I feel so inclined to have to keep cleaning it every 5 seconds. So probably not the best choice of case, but this will hold me by until I can go on Amazon and buy myself like an X-Doria Defense or something like that. Something with nice aluminum edges and color matching to my phone. Yeah, you need that blood red color to come out. Yeah, that's the whole point of the iPhone 11, honestly. Let's see here. I'll just, like I said, I'm going to do this handheld. God, this touchpad is slow with a game. This is why nobody games with a touchpad. Oh, it's at 1024 by 768 with everything set to medium except the shadows are at low, but I'm going to change that to 1280 by 720 Because who plays at 1024 by 768 on an LCD with that kind of scaling? That's just awful. All right, now let's go ahead and let it auto-configure. It insists on having high on the reflection resolution and water quality set to medium. If it insists, if it can handle it, I have a feeling it won't, but GTA 4 is always over-optimistic about its graphics settings. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up. It's going to ask about my live login. Yes, it is. No. For whatever reason, I can't use my product key to get to Games for Windows Live to work. It just says that I'm out of activations, which is kind of bizarre, even though nobody uses GFW well these days. So I can't do like the remote saves, even though they never worked anyway, because of course they didn't. So I just kind of use local saves and it just works fine. I just have to deal with that message every time I start the game up. Can be a little louder. But this laptop is pretty badass as far as its capabilities go. That HD 4670 graphics card is certainly something for playing these older games. They definitely run really well on this machine as long as it'll fit within the minimum requirements of the CPU, which, again, 7350, it's not the greatest bottleneck to this graphics card. There's just no getting around that fact. So maybe someday I'll find like a cheap P8800 or something that will replace this thing's CPU. I was right. Oh, that's not looking too promising. This is why you don't set high settings on GTA 4 on weaker hardware, because it won't run very well. Turn it down a little bit. It's hovering around 31, 34, 35. It's definitely stuttering, though, badly. That's 29, 31, 36, 39, 35. Yeah, not very good settings. Average of 29. Yeah, no. Those high settings are killing it. Those high settings are definitely killing it. Either that or the CPU was maxing out, which is not entirely an impossibility, because, again, crappy Core 2 Duo. I'm going to see if I can change some of them settings down to medium, turn the shadows back down to low, and then we'll try rerunning it. Because the game can pretty accurately tell like the draw distance settings and the detail settings and all that stuff. That's fine, but it overestimates all the other settings. Let's skip that. I don't really want to play the intro sequence right now. I always hate when I trigger the phone accident. I forget how you do this on the fucking thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, not too bad. Oh, the stutter is creeping in. Yeah, it's creeping in, all right. I'm really bad at driving with a keyboard. Oh, it's stuttery, all right. Oh, low 20s. Oh, that's, yeah. Here, let's see if maybe we can go in and turn the settings down. On your next stream, play GTA 4. Maybe. All right. Let's see if that's any better here. Wrong hand. What? Oh, I flopped that one. Oh. It's still stuttery. It can play this game, but just barely. I might have to set some settings to low, like I mentioned, the shadow settings to low. Yeah, I see no difference with GTA 4 with this new set of drivers. I have not seen a difference. That doesn't surprise me, though, because this card was already optimized for it. The phone's out. Okay, well, that's that. Anyway. I don't really want to get into a thing of golf with your friends because that's normally going to take a little while. I guess this could be why I was being slow. It's because Windows 8 loves to do this like maintenance and progress crap. Maybe that's why I was stuttering. Anyways, I'll have to do some more testing off camera to see if that's really made any kind of a difference. I haven't seen anything yet, but then again, I only tried the one game, so I don't know. Oh, in GTA. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how to get it off the screen on the keyboard. I don't play with a keyboard. I play with a controller, so whatever. Anyways, so that's that. And then I'll come back to this one later because it needs to be activated and I got to run Windows Update. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do as far as like anything else. Like I said, I was kind of thinking about stuff on my Discord. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to see what's been happening over here. What have they been blabbing about? Yeah, basically nothing. I guess I'll unmute myself because I'm going to be a nice person. So I guess if anybody wants to join in the voice chat, I've unmuted myself. So hop on in if you want to, I guess. Okay. Had to finish my coffee. Okay. So I think there's a couple things I was going to mention here on the stream for things to do. There's a couple of machines that I need to run recovery software on. Mainly the let me turn the camera on here. Mainly the Acer Power FH. I've got the recovery discs made for this, like I mentioned in a prior video. So those will need to be run. I don't know if I'm going to do it on this stream, but I guess if people want to, that's cool. Suppose there's probably some other things that I could restore. Like, for example, I know this room is kind of a mess, but that's personal reasons. This thing needs a reinstall of Windows 2000, so I could probably work on this system because it's got some kind of like a malware problem, and I'm not really wanting to deal with it. I'm just going to like wipe it clean and reinstall Windows 2000. It has an MSI MS-7093 version 1 motherboard on it. I believe that's the model number. And it actually seems to have a pretty nice set of Windows 2000 drivers. Nice Mac Pro. Hate to burst your bubble there. This is a Power Mac G5 quad. Pretty close guess, but no, it's a G5 quad. Maybe you should restore that room. Haha, funny. Yes, I know. I need to work on it. I've been really busy with school and work. So, yeah, I don't... It'll come eventually. I'll get this room all straightened out. I've just got done with moving, so that's why everything's in a bit of a mess right now. I apologize. I saw that you joined the voice chat, Rob. What was that? I'm leaning towards that because that could be interesting. I just got to go get the drivers. Which Apple Watch case is that? I honestly don't remember what case I have here. I don't know why it thinks it's playing. It's not. But anyway, I forget what case this is. They sell them at Best, like the Series 3 and 4 and whatnot. They have different models. It's some kind of like rugged case. It doesn't have a screen protector on the watch, but it covers the side key. It leaves the digital crown open. And it leaves the cutouts there for the speaker and the microphone and whatnot. And then this is just some... I think this is like the Apple Sport Band or something like that. I don't know what band this is. It's got the red accents, as you can see. I need to give me another watch band, though. There's no doubt in my mind this one's tearing and whatnot, so I got to get a new one at some point.
You can tell their idea of display stands goes down to their watch bands, too.
Anyway. I don't remember where I put that CD that's got all those... modifications to the Windows 2000 ISO. I gotta remember which one it was. I've got like the restore discs for the Pavilion 6630 up here, and they might be intermixed. So you get to look at wire hell for a minute while I get this stuff going. Like check to see what CDs are what.
I'm pretty sure the volume label was HFS slip. Oh no. Hold on.
I got it in my downloads folder, so I'll actually check here real quick. Mine was, yeah, HFS lip underscore win 2K Pro.
Alright.
That was one of the HP discs, so that's not it. I had a feeling. I'm gonna just set that up there for the minute. Just keep it separated. If I find it, that would be fantastic, but not expecting it. HP underscore app recovery. That's another HP disc. You know when you join the voice chat and you're muted and deafened, what's the point of being inside of the voice chat? Just saying. What's going on in the chat here?
I've got, what's it called? I've got the stream up, muted, and on this phone.
Oh, what did I get pinged in?
Well, I was doing something, so you know.
Oh, looks like Crazy Ken uploaded a new tidbytes thing. Oh, that's a Windows XP CD. I want to. Where the hell did I put?
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Because then you sit here and you're like ejecting and then putting in CDs and you don't know what it is because you can't frickin' find the CD you're looking for. Is that it? I found it. A. I don't have to run another one. Good. I found it. Okay. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and move those laptops out of the way. We'll get that computer up here on the desk and then we'll get to installing Windows on it. So fun times ahead. Fortunately, these both actually seem to sit on standby for a little bit on their batteries, which is always a good thing. Yeah, this desk is a mess too. I don't really care. What was that?
Worst case scenario, Windows 8 is pissy bitch when you try to turn it back on.
Oh, of course.
Oh, you set me up wrong.
No, it's going to come up mainly saying, hey, activate. Now. Go into PC settings. Activate. Now, if there's anything that's really complaining about being shut off properly, it's Windows 7.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
That and its updates.
Oh, my God.
Hey, do you want an update? Hey, do you want an update? Hey, do you want an update? Oh, I got a few more. Have them.
Hey, here's another 46 updates for you to install. Here, do them right now. God, I hated that. Oh, God. I went to lecture while I was actually doing that. I come back out and it wants me to restart because bloody Windows Update. God damn it. Somebody's looping me. I'm going to just read it in the chat. So move the Acer Veriton M264 here. Uno momento, por favor. I see Xander's joined the chat. Don't say that while Rodoko is not in the chat. He'd probably flip.
Hi, Rodoko, you're not in the chat. I can speak Spanish now.
Haha. Joke's on him. Oh, wait, he's probably watching the stream. You know, honestly, you wouldn't make a bad Spanish-speaking person.
No, I picked up that one at Disney World, so.
Oh, forgot to unplug something. Oh, yeah, the sound cable. That'll definitely help. Okie doke. Moving the Veriton out of the way. Oh, I was going to tell you all, I don't know. For those people who haven't been on the Discord to actually see this, I'm currently in the process of, testing my iPhone 11. I can push this phone 2 days on a... That's ridiculous. I know that, what was it, Linus Tech Tips, they said that you just couldn't make it a 2-day phone. I beg to fucking differ. Honestly, it's heavily based on use case scenarios. You can't just define a phone's use case scenario just based on how you use it. It's individualistic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in all fairness, I do understand their point of view of why they say that. It's not the biggest, it's not the biggest battery. It's not like the 11 Pro Max. You could probably push that thing 2 days easily if you had like light to medium usage, but still, you can't just like undermine something just because of how you use it to the general public. That's just outcry.
Oh, he's lying. What do you expect?
What true?
How come you still have like this ultra low power battery? All these gives it a couple of days of use. Use it lightly. There's different power modes on my phone.
Well, I remember when there was that ultra low power mode that people used to praise a lot of the time on the S5. What does it allow you to do? Make phone calls? Like, in the sense of an emergency, I understand the point of it, but it's like basically turn your phone into a GIMP mode. That's all it's for. I don't remember.
Kind of stuck.
We interacted with Patrick.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh no.
What's going on in here?
Nonsense.
Oh, are you streaming?
Yeah. No.
Well, I was in the bathroom.
Well, whose fault was that for taking 56 minutes and 50 seconds in the bathroom? That's a joke, by the way.
Yes, because I take 56-minute long showers.
Yes.
I also blame YouTube because it literally never notified me until like now.
Well, that's convenient.
Don't swear, really?
A few minutes ago.
Yeah,
It's not a good thing to say around.
Oh my god, is it going to be one of those people who, like, criticizes me of swearing? Bruh, just going to tell you now.
What are you even doing?
I'm about to install Windows 2000 on the Windows 2000 PC because I'm going to just format and reinstall. I'm not going to bother going through the process of trying to, like, do the antivirus scans on it. It's not worth it.
Why?
Because it needs, like, a specific version of Malwarebytes. I think it's, like, 1.7.
I don't know, but why are you installing Windows 2000 on that?
Because why not?
No, no.
I'm doing it intentionally to trigger you as well. That's the whole point.
We attracted Anthony.
And before Patrick mutes him,
Well, if he's annoying, maybe I will.
why don't you mute me? Oh wait, that's already happened.
What if their name started with a C?
So Jordan, I'm gonna try and do something that's gonna probably really piss you off.
What is that?
39.
Try and Hackintosh an old Core 2 Duo.
Well, I mean, the MSI EX625 is out of the question.
I'm gonna do it with my DV7.
Fun. Actually, you might have better luck with that thing as getting it to work as like an old 2008 MacBook Pro, but that's about it.
I don't know if I can get it working on that gateway, fucking whatever the model number is this week, because it's only got Intel graphics.
Weren't you saying you were going to Hackintosh your main system or something?
I wanted to, but I don't see a need right now.
Going back to the chat here. How do you feel about Windows 7 losing support? Honestly, I think it's past time for it to go. I mean, in my personal opinion, let's be fair. I understand why Windows 7 has been going this long because enterprise support and all that stuff. And obviously, I know a lot of people don't really appreciate the new user interface of these modern versions of Windows. But let's be fair. After you've used Windows 10 extensively for many years, and you try to go back to using like Windows 7 or 8.1 for that matter, it's very obvious there's some little things that really tend to piss you off. Windows updates.
Yeah, I kind of
I mean, don't get me wrong. For like older computers, I understand. Like, that's fine. Windows 8 and 10, it's more intensive. I understand there's reasons for why it needs to exist. But honestly, if your computer's so old that it can't effectively run a modern operating system, then just get rid of the thing. Because Linux ain't going to do jack crap. In fact, Linux these days tends to be slower than Windows 7 as it is, depending on the distro you go with. It's ridiculous. So I'm just going to check the boot order here real quick. I'm going to make sure it's set to boot the CD-ROM before the hard drive, and it is. Okay, now go ahead and turn the camera back around here. And skip the memory test.
Oh, since you spoke, you got the correct answer.
What do you do to your fucking computer anyway?
Oh, hey. Unlike the Socket A system, this actually boots the CD.
Holy fuck,
If anybody hasn't seen that video on that Socket A computer, that was a piece of junk. It didn't even boot from the CD at all. That thing.
That's a mental people's house special.
Yeah, for you.
I want to see it.
It's in the closet.
I see mental people's house and go to it.
Xander, there's a video of the Alphonse Computers channel.
Yeah, you were in it at the beginning where you were sitting there like cutting in and out.
Huh?
That.
Let's see how the chat reacts.
That was me?
No, that was Xander.
Oh, well, of course, because he's Xander. He uses a fucking poor people phone.
He also uses a horrible product like me. Same.
You recently switched to a Samsung, but if you consider that a poor people's phone,
I'm using the poor people's phone. I'm on an iPhone 11 here, so let's be real.
Okay, Jordan, I'm on a 6. Be quiet now.
No, the joke is I'm on an 11. That's the point of the poor people's phone. Right?
I don't know your jokes.
Well, anyway, the CD's finally booted up a little bit more. I gotta love these light-on CD-ROM drives and their infamous different variations of flavors of everything, but they're basically the exact same drive and take a while to boot up. Once I get this thing setting up, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, so I'm gonna have to set the phone down. And it looks like we're nearing the end. It's loading the file systems. Yep, set up starting Windows 2000.
Prepare for a long format time.
Oh yeah, preparing for the long format time. It's Windows 2000. Yeah, that's why I said I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick while this does its thing. No, I'm using USB because my PS2 keyboard won't plug into the motherboard. Seems like the USB one's working fine though. This little like Logitech K400R seems to work pretty well with this computer. What are you about to do, Patrick? You're gonna install it on. I actually don't know. I was gonna say 566 GE, but you already have like Windows 10 on that thing, so. Anyway. All right, I'm not gonna repair this installation. You know what I'm gonna do instead? Instead of formatting the whole drive, let's just leave the file system intact because screw it, I'm not waiting through a full format on an 80 gig hard drive.
that's my sister playing trumpet. Let me close my door.
At least it's better than her playing Roblox.
Or being me.
You're Jeopardy, man.
Alright, you bastards.
Don't mind me, just get into this. There we go, that's much better. Anyway, oh, Patrick, fun fact. I don't know if you were looking in the chat, but I had to restart my Wi-Fi router before I could start the stream because it was acting stupid. So, you finally had the chance after like several months of finally being able to get my internet for once.
Well, that's what you get for using Spectrum Internet.
Well, that's what you get for using Spectrum Internet.
Nice echo.
It's only like you're like downloading stuff and it's gonna screw the Wi-Fi over, you know.
Added more people to the mental people's house.
Yeah, I did. But it's because I live in the middle of nowhere where there's no good internet. Or apparently there is, but my parents don't realize.
No, you know what you do? You got to be like us. You go to AT&T. You get yourself one of them.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Why not?
I already go to one garbage company. I don't need to go to another.
That's the joke. You go to AT&T when Spectrum's not working, and you expect better reliability that way. It's like the definition of insanity.
Those boxes are crap.
My mom wants to fucking switch us to AT&T for cell data.
You know what's funny is that I'm actually getting better reception and data speeds as does with Verizon, and that was on my 7, not the 11.
Well, at the same time, Verizon doesn't suck that much. It's just a fucking scam.
Well,
Too
the only
expensive
cell
for
service
what you get.
where I live is Verizon. So that's the only one that can work where I live.
That's better.
The only thing I heard of that was Verizon.
Verizon.
Verizon more like Virginity.
Well, at least it actually has one, unlike AT&T.
Networks, that's why.
You know, 5GE.
Why would Verizon have virginity?
Because at least it doesn't try to say like 5G.
That's true.
Makes sense.
Well, American TNT be out there doing that.
Yeah, I don't believe in their scam. That's just ridiculous. All right, like I said, I'll be back. I'm gonna go use the restroom while it's installed. So I shall be back in a little bit.
Hey, McDicks.
I'll get you McDicks.
Yay.
What should we talk about while Jordan's gone?
Sure. Talk about Jordan.
Okay.
Oh, hurry up, you piece of crap. Today.
Maybe he's taking a crack.
Probably is.
Yeah, he's doing it on live stream.
Sadly not.
Let's hope not.
Wait. Live stream.
You should see this fucker. I want to see you king. That was in the live stream.
I'll go on that.
I was gonna have a response.
All right, I'm back.
There we go.
Jordan, our girlfriend wants to see you.
What are you guys talking about now?
Our girlfriend wants to see you.
I haven't even read the chat since I just got back in the room with everybody's favorite beverage of all time. You know, you got that good old Mountain Dew. And Patrick's favorite sound effect ever.
Jordan, look at the top.
I'm gonna. I'll do that here in a minute once I get my phone back up here. Hang on a minute. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. Windows 2000. Jesus. Prepare yourself for a power cut. I'm not in California. I'm in the state of Washington. I'm not going to have a power cut. Also, I don't know why you're commenting I want a CUP, because that's kind of disturbing. Just to put it loosely, that's kind of disturbing.
We have a special place for people that want to see you. It's called Hell.
Hell, Michigan.
Fuck face.
Ah.
We have enough idiots in this state.
I mean, you could also go to like
Bro.
you could go to Earth, Texas.
You can go to Celeron, New York.
Celeron, New York, yeah. Or no, it gets even better. No, guys, you can go to Boring, Oregon. That's actually a city name. Anyway,
Can't hear him.
this is done.
Cool, I asked him a question.
I have. Yeah, he's kind of here.
I have a noise. Keep going.
Alright, load files already. I'm tired of waiting.
Wait some more.
Rejoining.
Damn.
Yeah.
I really need to get some more DDR1 memory for this computer so it's not running in single channel memory mode. Good old light on CD-ROM drives, louder than hell.
Lay down.
Light on the frickin' noise bandwagon. Good God. The thing took off like a frickin' rocket. There you go. Tame her down a bit there, bud. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have a little bit of a late realization about 71 minutes into this live stream, but yeah, legit, like this stream looks so much better than the iPhone 7 streams that I used to have.
Then the Samsung Galaxy S2 or any Samsung phone.
That's your next phone is an S2.
What, you think I'm that poor or something?
Yeah, you just bought 2 laptops.
I wouldn't go that low as to use a Samsung. If I was gonna even get a fucking crap droid, I'd at least get a Google one.
Like me. No, you got to get a Samsung Galaxy Note so you can be just like Bingo Cat.
A what?
He has an iPhone 11.
Oh, did he actually get an 11?
He did.
Yeah, freaking expensive one, $1,500 one.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh my god!
You spent $1,500 on that.
I paid $700 for mine. Like, come on.
You bought the Pro Mac, the one that sounds like a drug name.
No, it sounds like a protein bar.
Hey, please load.
No.
Oh wait, there's some drives in here. I got a full plug on one. It's gonna fucking override my data drive that I have no backups of.
That's the point.
It's just
You know, I honestly shouldn't be joking about his failing hard drive or something that's going to get erased, because here I am running on a freaking crappy Seagate drive on my main computer that could potentially potato at any minute because of the fact that the smart data says caution on it in crystal disk info.
The reason why Windows 8 is running so poorly on my old PC is because I only have 512 megabytes of DDR.
You know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know.
Windows 8 is not that much idle, so don't be surprised.
Hey Rob, a question. Does this require product key on the setup?
oh,
It shouldn't if it has the AHCI driver.
Okay. Because this is the one that you sent me.
Oh man.
I mean, if all else, I'll go find one. It's not like I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just get used as a retail piece for screw on.
Yeah, because this one doesn't have it. It's got an XP key on the top for whatever reason, but it's running 2000, so whatever. Hoping one of these days I'm lazy enough. I can get that faceplate out of there and pop it back into the case so that it looks more uniform. If you drink Mounting Dew, you'll die. Well, Mounting Dew is not MTN Dew, so I think I'll be okay. Because I think Mounting Dew is something else entirely, and
When you're mounting shelves to the wall.
yeah, if you drink something that uses, you know, mounting stuff to the wall, then it might have some chemicals in it, you might die. Mountain Dew? Nah, it's fine. I'm obviously joking, of course. I understand the point of Mountain Dew is potentially going to kill me these days, but you know what? You only live once, and to be fair, I mean, this stuff needs to be drank up anyway. Holy, bud, tamer down there, Jesus. It's just giving it that CD-ROM drive there. My goodness. These light-on drives, like, sometimes legit scare me because of how fast they spin their disks. If you're installing Windows 2000, you'll live. Yeah, probably. It'll just counteract all the effects of the Mountain Dew. You know, it's fine.
Looks like we gotta select images with pluses.
Make sure it says 636 on the side.
Oh, his name's not Brent.
Make sure it includes all the broken iPods.
The black girls, because Brent loved that too.
Oh, that's true. You know what I do need to
A
do?
lot of things.
I need to turn my microphone sensitivity back up just a
Also
smidge.
had machines with the AMD Sempron model unknown 1.8 gigahertz.
Oh yeah.
Please at it again.
He's freaking Toby. What do you expect? He's already shown he has no intelligence, so
Well, I don't have intelligence either, but we already knew that.
Yeah,
With all that Mountain Dew you've been drinking.
Yeah, it's killing me, bruh. It's killing me.
Yeah. If you drink Mountain Dew, you'll die. I drink Mountain Dew every time over whenever I go over to like.
I'm sorry, but I find that funny. I have to joke about it a little bit.
Jordan beat that a long time ago.
You know how they say that every soda you drink, you lose a year of your life? I'd be like not even in the positive age range anymore.
No, you've
Dad drinks so many Cokes. He might as well be negative 1,000.
Well, I mean, that's what happens if you drink
More than
Coke.
2 Cokes a day. Every day. Or you could be my gym teacher in freshman year who drank Diet Coke every day, apparently.
Take the CD out and feed it to your dogs. My dog is actually, I don't actually have a dog. It's my mom's dog, and that dog is 70 miles away at least. So I can't quite do that. I mean, I guess if I'm really skilled, I could throw a CD 70 miles across the state and it'll somehow magically reach it through the doggy door and hit the dog. And then the dog loves a chew toy. Okay, perfect. It does ask for a product key. Damn it. All right, I'll have to find one real quick. All right.
Why don't you eat it?
What do you eat? I was just about to reply to that, saying that. Anyway,
tell Matt.
Eat the CD, what?
He wants Jordan to eat a CD.
well, I mean, I'm drinking Mountain Dew, so I guess that might help.
DM him an invite link. Not over here. We're never bringing him back.
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like back and forthing with this. So give me just a minute here.
Back here.
Actually, I guess what I could do is I could zoom this in a little bit.
Didn't he leave?
He did.
Thank God.
I thought he picked him, but apparently he left.
That's so long, guy why.
He was just working the body.
It's like you already kind of let him know in the first place, and then just did it again.
That's why he got.
There's kind of no reason to do it.
That's why we hated him. We knew that
Okay. The key from WinWorld PC seems to work fine, so we're good. Let's leave the computer name as it is.
And then I said, drink some Mountain Dew while you're at it. And he said, eat the CD host.
Jordan, you should tell him to speak for himself.
Eat the CD host. Sounds nutritious, just like Mountain Dew.
Apparently, it'll kill you too.
Oh, fuck.
Why is this fucking ceiling review?
It's a gun.
Arguing about Epic Games yet again.
This thing really needs to have a better cable management job. If you look in here, I'm gonna turn the flash on real quick. Take the CD out and eat it. Well, I mean, I gotta install Windows 2000 first.
Jordan, that's some nice cable.
It is some cable management in there.
Some nice, fresh dust in there too.
It's nutritious as well.
He said that about.
Yeah, so eat it.
No, you.
It's aged. It's like fine wine, but it's fine dust.
It's fine dust. It's only from the finest of carpets that the computer has sat on throughout the years.
We now have testing of
Ooh. Well, that's cool. It actually has the driver for the Ethernet card. That's cool.
Wolf 2K.
Ethernet.
Ethernet. You gotta trigger everybody to say it the right way.
You need to take the CD out and eat it.
I mean, I gotta install Windows 2000 first before I can eat the CD.
Before you can eat the CD, what?
Before I eat the CD, I gotta install Windows 2000 first.
Oh, I thought you said eat the CD.
Yes. Well, I was supposed to do that to yeet the CD over to my dog, so that way the dog could use it as a chew toy. 70 miles away.
The CD over the bug.
Take some skill, man. Take some skill.
That's my fucking joke.
No, it's all my jokes. Y'all are using my jokes, so it's my turn.
Jordan's woke jewel is my joke.
Are you sure about that? I mean, y'all use my face as a meme anyway, so I shouldn't be here talking.
Your face is good.
So is yours.
No, it's not. I was a trash can. You look like a human.
My mug is uglier than yours because I don't wear glasses. Yet I get still called a nerd. Dab.
So you are. Glasses are cool.
No, they're hot.
What do you want? Call me a fucking woman?
Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, if I was a woman, I'd be working in the kitchen making your damn dinner.
What kitchen? I'm in a college dorm room.
Working right next to Misty.
Yep. That's what you.
Don't forget the the bare feet.
Send the live stream to Misty and ping her in it. That's the part that's.
We bring it back.
Anthony, you
Foot
probably want
fetish
to
skin.
What?
We bringing back foot fetish skin because that is not gonna happen.
Only for this live stream because he's in it.
If anyone brings up foot fetish, I will go to their house and
I didn't even mention it.
Yeah. Newer file.
And I said, oh no.
I'll steal someone's latitude.
Don't forget to bend test an E6420.
Oh, I will. I'll make you bend what it's for.
You said to bend test and E.
Thanks, Discord. I mean, there's all sorts of different E's you can bend test. Same.
No, not saying.
Yes. I'm supposed to be dying because I'm having Mountain Dew, remember?
Morning, the name is supposed to drop dead.
That's why I was all like, Yes.
Jordan, you have to be more realistic talking.
My battery's on 8%. Let's see, what's my phone at? I'm at 32%.
There we go.
I'm at 32%, and I started this live stream at like 76%. And I'm like 83 minutes and 50 seconds into it, so I don't think I'm doing too bad. I'm going to need to plug in soon, but that's not bad.
So,
And like, now that it's been streaming for quite a while, honestly, this thing is barely even warm.
good phone. Behaving yourself, unlike mine.
I remember when I was trying to stream on the 6S, and that thing used to overheat like a B word.
I'm a bitch.
Oh my god, it was bad.
Why do you think I keep a 6 in my pocket?
Well, at least you didn't get a 6S.
Yeah, because I don't buy S anymore. They usually mean shit.
I'll show you shit. Let's just pull out any number of Android phones or whatever.
Pass it out. I think your friend who wants to see the CD.
Jordan, I think I just found out why this recovery partition doesn't work. There's literally no Windows files on it.
Ah,
Dude, that's genius.
None. Absolutely zero.
who needs Windows files to restore Windows?
Linux users.
Linux users. Oh my god. Please wait while setup installs start menu items and yada yada yada. Finally, we're on the last part of setup.
They need Windows.
Well, there's some Windows files, but there's hardly any. 466 items.
Patrick, you know how you install Windows? You take your side panel off of your computer, you cut a hole into it, you install a glass pane. There you go, you installed Windows.
Oh shit, it just opened. Ah,
Ah,
damn it, close.
you could charge it using the Windows 2000 PC if it had a USB port. Well, I've got a couple of those right up front.
Jordan, you should live stream from the D.
I should live stream what?
From the D.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought you said live stream from a D.
That would be interesting.
Gay.
You're gonna do that.
Are you all gonna act like Rodoko and like gibberish the English language?
It's 'cause
No,
it's
that's
fun.
Oh, don't say Rodoko. He's gonna cry in here.
Well, I mean, he's not watching the stream at the minute, so I mean, or at least I don't think he is.
I didn't choose English as my genes did.
Your pants did?
Genes! Genetics.
Well, I mean, the word's pronounced the same. It's like a homophone, I think it is, wasn't it? I don't know my English.
Yeah, that's why you
Yeah, we know.
I mean,
fucking CompTIA certification.
well, I mean, I can get that, but I can't understand English. I mean, I guess it's fair enough.
Why are you trying to mention Rodoko?
Because
No, fuck that.
it's Anthony's job to piss everybody off.
And he does a damn good job of it. Good of a job.
Rodoko does it too, but I don't even think he tries. He just kind of.
Yeah, Anthony's a bit of a tryhard.
Talking about.
Anthony, tell me when you're ready.
Be for what? For reference, I already sent Celeron Man the invite to my server.
Oh, I thought you said I thought you were about to say you sent me an invite to this.
Oh, I'm not sending him
No,
back here again.
Never been That's center is tight where it belongs.
Wait, did he get banned from this server?
No, he left. Thank God.
No.
He didn't do enough retarded shit yet.
But I have. I wait for my turn to get banned.
Trust me, that'll be soon, Jordan.
Just gotta wait till Patrick gets the guts to actually do it.
You keep saying that.
I can do it right now on my server if you want.
Well, I mean, that's up to you.
You didn't directly specify.
It's because I'm referencing my
which
server. That's
server
why.
to do it. Well, you should have said that the first time.
That.
Hey, that works too. Where are all of the Windows files? I kind of need those.
Wait, what server was that I was banned in? I just see like this.
What?
I'm looking in the chat, and there's apparently I've been banned from some place. I don't know what, but
My
okay.
server,
shit.
which I unbanned you from.
Celeron Man is
I'm not even in there, so like,
I think Celeron Man's on the stream.
oh, he just DM'd
Just
me.
say hi in the English chat.
I just got DM'd by him.
BB-8.
Anyway. Oh, this thing is taking forever to register components. That's pretty typical Windows 2000 setup.
I don't think he is. Never mind.
Hard drive light is on full time right now.
Yeah,
Hmm. It's not locked up.
Where are all the Windows files? What do you do with them, Jordan?
I told you.
I sat on them.
You sat on the Windows files.
Sure, why not?
Why?
Because why not?
Jordan, you didn't have anything.
I'm looking through every folder on this and I can't find them. What the hell?
Just install Doors. Who needs Windows?
I mean, I kind of need it for this to work.
Play YouTube Poop Queen. Why?
Troll our chat. No.
I mean, it's better than Dan, who's posting an asterisk.
What?
I just see a notification. You just typed in an asterisk. It's somewhere.
Just typed in an ass somewhere.
Here, I can type it in. Funny
No, we don't need that. We've already got one. We don't need more.
Someone said, Xander?
Yes. Ask the boy.
Oh, then.
Same. Hurry up already. Come on, let's go. Register your components.
Two.
Tell that to the stupid CD-ROM drive.
Files.
I need to fucking sing something. God damn
You
it.
know
you're
about
done.
cell work on. No. You know about cell.
No, you're not doing that.
Chat.
Now, well, Go Transit ADL E500 clicks on the link.
Holy fuckeroni, this needs 5 CDs.
Ha.
There are no 6.
Ha.
Jordan.
Well done.
You need all the
Jordan's
CDs.
entire ass can fit on a CD.
He needs an 8-inch floppy disk.
Uh-oh, error 1005.
Rough Rose 2000.
So where are all the files, damn it? They're not here.
All the files are up your ass.
Which one?
Why do you have multiple asses? I'm more concerned about that than the actual files now.
Good
Why
one.
do you not have one?
God damn it. What the hell is that?
I just heard someone cut out Jordan's screen.
All I see is this really crappy MS Paint drawing in the chat.
Well, you might know what I'm
Which
referencing.
one?
The one you're not in. Wait, what? That is so Patrick.
Huh?
Well, I mean, if you were in the chat, you'd be.
Probably what? Okay.
Oh, so now you looked at it. Oh, I love no response. That's my favorite response.
Who was that?
Probably Patrick's going to get tell 4i6 now.
Huh? What do you want this week? No, that's just Anthony whenever someone tells him not to send a feed pic.
Patrick, you just want all my PMDs.
No, I'm deleting that. That gives me a headache.
Hey guys, guess what? Windows 2000 setup is completed.
What now?
Do I still have the T3600? I'm assuming you mean the Dell Precision, and the answer to that is no.
Boy.
I shouldn't need that CD anymore, but I'm going to leave it in there just in case.
Shouldn't have said that.
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 Oh my goodness. This thing is taking off like a friggin' rocket ship.
This in here. I already said no. I believe no more means no.
You don't even believe in yourself, so why would you say that? Oh my God.
If I didn't believe in myself, I'd be installing Windows 2000 AMD 4 right now.
No, you'd install, Patrick, you'd install Windows 2000 on a Core 2 Duo.
No, I'm not XP user.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure. No, I'm not doing that.
Task is completed successfully. Okay, good.
I can do it, but I'm not.
I'm streaming, so I can't.
I just heard that as I'm screaming.
Guys, don't forget, I'm still dying because of the Mountain Dew.
I have to listen to it.
Okay. Don't show this at startup, please. Thank you. All right, perfect. AMD Athlon 64 processor, 3200 plus with 512 megs of RAM. Windows 2000 Service Pack 4. How many drivers are we going to need? Probably all of them. Actually, not too bad. I only need 3. I only need the sound card, the video card, and whatever this PCI device thing is.
There's 5,000 files and just copy them all and see what happens.
Maybe it'll have Windows files in it.
That looks good idea.
Okay. Dang it. Okay, it still says no. Okay, and finish. Okay. Time to open up everybody's favorite Internet Explorer version. That's going to be Internet Explorer 6.
Internet Explorer STD.
Okay, so we need to get a couple of drivers, and I doubt that MSI's website is going to work on Internet Explorer 6, so we're going to go get Firefox real quick, if I can get this to stand up.
Holy moly, my thing's almost done.
Okay, what's the version of Firefox?
Realize the newest version of Firefox would be like
No, it's version 12.
big difference.
I mean, if you're talking about version 10, yeah, version 10.0.12 ESR was the last one. Don't ask me how I don't know that, but I do.
Do you intend on running that extended kernel stuff?
Well, once I get some drivers installed, that'd be kind of nice.
Just gonna warn you, if you do that, with this, you have to get rid of .NET first, and there's a program for it that'll dump it.
Oh, okay. I did see it installing .NET, so I might have to go in and uninstall that.
Again, there's a tool that does support that. I'll just PM you that.
Okay. Actually, come to think of it, I might need to leave that on there because the display driver might have a control panel that needs .NET. I just thought about that. Maybe I won't need it because I can just install it through Device Manager. I don't know. I'll get to that when I get to it.
Unofficial patches.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that I could do with this. Okay. I need 800 by 600 because I can't see jack at 640 by 480. Oh, nice. 800 by 600 doesn't work. Oh, whatever. NS-7093 version 1.0 drivers. I guess that's the motherboard name. It's got the MSI website. This is probably going to load terribly, terribly, awfully. Oh, yeah. Big-ass location symbol. Yep, it's my favorite. Oh, I cannot see anything. What the hell? I should have seen that coming. Okay, well, let's see if AMD's website will work any better. I just need it to work enough to the point where I can actually get to the... Oh, maybe it will. Radeon... Oh god, it's slow. Express 200. I need the one for Windows 2000. Where the flip is it? I don't want Windows Vista, please. I want... Where's 2000? There it is. Windows 2000 Professional. That's the one I need. I need the display driver, or do I have to? Okay, I need the display driver. There we go. Yay! AMD's website works apparently just enough to work the display driver. Perfect. Okay. And then I think Catalyst Control Center will need to get that. Southbridge driver. Oh, yeah, that might be useful. Ah, I'm hearing myself in the chat.
Patrick.
What do you want?
Nice echo.
I want your Pentium 4.
Oh, I know what he wants. He wants to go on the ban wall.
We already knew that.
Put him on the sand wall with his son.
No, put me on the
Put
ban wall with a D.
Well, that was already on there.
Sand wall with EW.
Let's put you on that wall, Anthony.
He already is on that wall, right?
No, he's not banned from the server.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right.
No, it's left.
No,
Yes.
No, it's up.
no, it's down, you retards.
What if I'm not a retard, though?
I'll join the
Well, you have fun being gay.
It's a joke. Once anyone gets banned from here, they go to old PC with second side.
No, they're gonna start ban evading the thing and acting like Eric Witzner or whatever his name is.
Eric started ban evading before he moved out.
Immediately following restart, the new display driver will be loaded for the first time. It will automatically run a series of tests to ensure maximum stability on the system. These tests normally take under 1 minute to complete. A test may cause your computer to stop responding. If this happens, simply restart the computer, at which point the tests will continue normally. Okay, I've never seen that before, but whatever. As long as it does its thing, I don't really care. As long as I get the display driver, I don't really care what it does, just as long as it works, I guess.
Eric Titzner.
What is this? What is all that? Who is this person? I have so many questions. Oh, hey, we got 256 colors at least. High color mode, but it's not pixelated.
Who started studying? No, that was
That hard drive light is so dim.
probably gonna leave the voice chat. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you need to go, man, that's fine.
Alright, I'll see you guys later.
All right, got a display driver installed. Can I go 1440 by 900, please? That would be great. Yes, I can. I want 32-bit color. Yay, it works. Perfect. Okay. Let's get Windows 2000 in the center of the desktop because I'm a weird person and I set a desktop wallpaper. Okay. Let's see if Windows Update works. I doubt it will. Yeah, as expected.
I don't think you need to do updates.
Well, I was just playing with that Windows Update link, and I know it doesn't work until like you have to do some crazy setup to get it to actually do something.
Crazy as in disable or the TLS.
I do that, and it still doesn't work for me. Like I try everything, and nothing works. It's because I'm in America. And I'm on the same state as Microsoft, so of course nothing works. I'll go through that later, and if I feel like it. I don't know why it says 2:39 a.m. That's definitely not correct. Okay. Well, at least I got the display driver installed, so that makes me happy. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, look, I finally got the low battery warning coming up. That only took like 106 minutes. Well, somebody just dropped something out there. As far as memory usage goes, yeah, we're definitely going to need to upgrade the memory on this thing at some point. It's using like half the memory right at the moment. Better than the install that was on there previously, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Well, at least at the... Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Mountain Dew's coming back up. So at the very minimum, at least Windows is clean installed on here, and it's ready to roll. So it's ready for all the updates and modifications that I probably will plan on making to this machine, because it's probably going to be the primary Windows 2000 box. I'm not going to screw around with that socket A system. And I know 939 is not exactly ideal for 2000, but I don't care. At least it's not like AM2 or something like that.
At least it's not like LGA 775.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, LGA 775 on 2000 is just ridiculous.
No, it's more like what it's called. 2011 or whatever.
Let's see, what was that?
2009.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen more than just Windows 2000 on X99 or something like that, or whatever. Okay, what was it?
That's the best example.
I'm gonna go get Opera installed here. Win 12.02 English setup. I usually like to install Opera, even though their FTP is slower than sin, I guess. It seems like old Opera with the Presto rendering engine works really well on 2000.
Oh, that's before everything went to fucking Chromium.
Yeah. For some reason, 12.02 is like the most universally compatible across anything that runs like kernel X or whatever. Because like even on like 98 second edition, Opera 12.02 is like rock solid with kernel X.
Rare for Linux.
I know, like it probably doesn't do a lot of things that maybe Firefox and its newer iterations could, but for the most part, it's stable, it's fast, and it's, you know, it doesn't have like all the font issues like Firefox does.
Yeah.
And it launches in like 2 seconds.
Only thing it can't do is Discord, but
Yeah, you try to go to load the Discord website, it just takes you to a white page.
yeah, I mean, what's the browser out here? That's what I use on
Yeah, see, look how quick that launched. That was ridiculously quick. And of course, I'm natively running it on Windows 2000, so it's going to run just fine. But as far as I remember, I think 12.1 doesn't work. It gives you like a kernel 32.dll error. I don't remember. I'm going to check that right now because I might as well. 12.1 English. Yeah, their FTP is just slower than hell. Like, who limits their download speed to 166 kilobits per second? Or kilobytes per second, I'm sorry. Kilobits per second, kilobytes per second are different. It's like, it takes like a good 30 seconds to download a 9.5 megabyte file. Like, really?
At least you're not using HughesNet.
True. I mean, that's about it. If you ran out of data, HughesNet would download at the wonderfully fast speed of like 3.8 kilobytes per second on a good day. Okay, that's downloaded. As far as I remember, you get like a kernel 32 or something like that. Yeah, there it is. Or no, it was uxtheme.dll. That's what it was.
UX theme, soundboard, yeah,
Well, it's probably because that's probably when 12.1 came out. That's probably when they mandated XP. Either that, or it won't run because there's no updates installed. I don't remember which, but I think 12.02 was the last one that you could run on 2000 officially, anyway. Not like it matters anyway. It's not like it's up to date anymore. Turn these off. Well, that's a win for this system. Like I said, I'm going to probably come back to this one later. Get the rest of the drivers installed and whatnot when I actually have a computer that'll actually browse the internet, which will be my main system. Get back to the chat here. So many good driver installs during this live stream. Especially with that HP DV6. I legit actually was kind of surprised that that HP driver actually worked on that DV6 on 8.1. All right, I'm going to look at what you sent me, Rob. Oh, okay, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. We'll get that stuff working. Okay, well, my phone's about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and go plug it in if I can. I don't have an arrow. No, that out was taken by the charger. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to put on the stream. I'm trying to think. Since now that I got the Windows 2000 box done, what else can I possibly work on? Work on Patrick's typing. And before I suddenly just get an influx of keyboard sounds. Plug it into the Windows 2000 PC. Yeah, I'll probably just get like a wizard saying, "Hey, what the heck is this Apple iPhone?"
I'm about to kill myself right now.
Why?
Trying to get it working.
Why?
But this looks like it actually might work.
Wow.
To try the destructive system recovery.
The destructive system recovery.
If this is wiping out my main XP VM, I swear to God.
Hey, Patrick, don't forget, it's going to wipe out all the data files.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
crap, I think it's working.
Oh, wow. Same.
Shut up, Twitter. If this works, I'm gonna crap my pants so much it'll go through 5 floors.
Into the restroom.
Why would there be a restroom 5 below?
5 below.
I mean, that works too, I guess.
Anyway. No, I think that's about all I was really thinking about doing for this stream now that I've got my laptop's kind of sort of working and now I've got the Windows 2000 box going. I think I'm going to wrap it up because eventually I've got to get ready for work and I want to eat before I do. So I'm going to just take this time to let my phone charge up and, you know, get myself cleaned up and ready to go to work. So I think we'll live stream later. I'll think of some more things to do on live stream and get it all prepared ahead of time instead of doing like what I did today. So, yeah. So I appreciate all the people who came into the stream, including that one person that was sitting here telling me to do all sorts of different stuff on the stream and telling me to eat CDs and I'll die if I drink Mountain Dew. That was pretty entertaining. So, yeah, I think with that having been said, I'm going to go and get out of here. So, yeah. Can't think of any other way to end this, so whatever.